Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Mexico City for today's daily challenge where, gasp, no motorways will be offered. But at least we do have an increased speed limit in tunnels, which is something, I guess. I mean, it's not much, Mexico City. Honestly, what are we doing here? No motorways, but oh, you can go fast in tunnels. That's fine. Alright, fine. We'll go fast in tunnels. It's good. We're surrounded by rocks, so we should probably do that. Just have tunnels and use them. We're going to have them, so we may as well go faster in them, I guess. Honestly. Alright. Oh, good morning, Clancy the Crow. Clancy was here first. Wade in 11 is here as well. Sunflare Space, good afternoon, Sunny. Sunny, sitting on the very nice total of 69,600 Goog bucks. What are you gonna do with all those Goog bucks, Sunflare Space? Don't ask where that voice came from. I don't know. But congratulations to you for amassing and compiling a great many channel points. And to me for apparently not having many attractive channel point rewards. Haha, I keyed. Alright, let's take a tunnel. We'll use it with the swiftness. We're not going to use them just for the sake of using them, because they are, after all, limited. There's a limited number of them. Oh, hi. Hello. Alright, well, actually, this is gonna be fine. We'll just, we'll redraw this green, so it'll go around over to here. And now we'll have these two pinks service that, and you two go over to there. There. We didn't even pause for once. You two greens, actually, hold on. I didn't realize this until I was done drawing it. These greens can absolutely be pulled right through here, so we keep this nice and narrow. Until this green over here goes circular and everything goes to shit. I'll confess I wasn't prepared for this green over here to go circular and everything to go to shit. Oh boy. Well, wait in 11, there's a way to figure out what the one-winged angel channel point redemption does. It, hi. Hello. Let's see here. Let us... we'll take another tunnel. Sounds like a good idea. Clancy the Crow has redeemed a public service announcement. The following is a public service announcement, and it is that J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books and other somehow even worse books, is a TERF. And if you don't know what a TERF is, it's short for garbage person. J.K. Rowling is a TERF. Fuck TERFs. And fuck people who work with TERFs who insist that the popularity of their works is redemption of their TERFish values. And therefore, by extension, fuck everyone who has been announced for the cast of the... They're doing an HBO Harry Potter remake series thing? Yeah, they're doing that. And there are people who are in it, and there's a cast for it, and fuck those people. I don't even know who those people are. I intend not to find out, but fuck those people, and fuck TERFs, and fuck J.K. Rowling. This has been a public service announcement. Thank you, Clancy the Crow. Also, yeah, J.K. Rowling shat on ace people on Asexuality Awareness Day, and, like, the ace people are over here like, the fuck did we do? The fuck did we... You start your own thing, and now you're shitting on it. What the fuck did we do? To be clear, perhaps I should stop doing that. I am putting words in the mouths of our asexual friends. Perhaps there were some of them like, yeah, we deserve that. But mostly the reaction that I saw was like, the fuck did we do? So, now of course a good valid point would be the fuck did trans people do? But, you know, J.K. Rowling, TERFs, transphobes in general, logic, you know. Anyway. So this pink over here has gone circular while I've been wondering what the fuck ace people did. I know that ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks, but that doesn't really help us, now does it? Alright. This pink swings over to here, and now we have these two coming in from that away, these four swooping in this manner. the 6 of you come together and do this. Alright, Waden says that's it. He's changing his Discord picture to Jimmy McNulty, which leads to the question, who the hell is Jimmy McNulty? But, you know, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Clancy provides the good, helpful, hopeful life advice that any room can be a rage room if you put your mind and anger to it, which, I mean, that's true. You're not wrong, Clancy. Alright, eventually, this green circle over here is gonna need some help. And you know, we do have like 3 tunnels. So, the underscore Goog has not seen The Wire. I'm like aware of The Wire. I'm conceptually aware that it's a cop show. Well, let me rephrase. It's a show set in Baltimore that is about cops and their interaction with the drug community, to quote our good friend AJ Styles, but it is not by any means a police procedural. It's just hey, here's street life in Baltimore. We're going to do a good TV show about it. And apparently they made a good TV show about street life in Baltimore. It's called The Wire. Beyond that, and like a couple of random quotes and the vague presence of Idris Elba, I have no idea what goes on in The Wire. Stuff happens. There's a guy named Omar. When he's coming, it's a big deal. When Omar comes at the king, he best not miss. No, wait, when other people do that, they had also better. Well, I suppose when Omar comes at the king, he too had better not miss. I don't know if Omar's special other than being a badass. So these oranges are going to come over to here. And there's like a cop who becomes the mayor or something and is like, I'm going to clean up the police force. And then he proceeds to not clean up the police force like every other person who promises to clean up the police force. I think that happens in The Wire. I'm pretty sure that happens in The Wire. Also, it's by the dude who made Homicide. Well, it's by the creator. It was created by the same dude who created Homicide: Life on the Street. And, well, listen, Homicide: Life on the Street is an excellent television show. It strikes me as funny that the man made another better here's a show about crime in Baltimore show. It's like, some people say find another lane. This dude is like, now just do it better. So, apparently he just did it better. This orange is going to swoop over this way so as to allow room for this pink to join the very long road going over to this pink circle. That's going to be fine. I'm actually tempted to just chop this northern road. Like, these 2 pinks are the ones doing the primary work for this circle right now, but we have these 6 right here. And these 6 could very easily handle the flow. And if it's just these 6, this would be a simpler intersection. Like, you wouldn't have what just happened with this car. This car had to slow down coming in because there was another car coming in a different direction. But, I don't know if that's worth it. I think we might just be fine for now. I think at least for now we're probably fine. Alright, you come over here. Let's restructure. Ooh, I guess we're going to restructure all of this crap. Okay. So all this crap will be restructured in that manner. We'll take another tunnel. Really don't think we're pressed for road at the moment. She was on Shadowhunters, right? With Catherine McNamara? Pressed for road Tubia? No? No? Okay, fine. That was funny, damn it. You just have to have an intimate knowledge of the cast of obscure sci-fi TV shows. And listen, I won't say exactly why I have such a knowledge of the cast of a sci-fi television program. I'm just going to hit this drop for no particular reason. Moving on. We're going to put this orange over to here, and the 3 of you will swing in there, take care of that business. Should be fine. This double plaza is humming along just swimmingly. We've got 3 purples over here, 4 yellows down here. You are a beigeness. That's kind of okay. Sorry about that tree. We'll bulldoze you. We're going to grab these 3 beige houses here. Nope. We're going to draw that road straighter than that. And you're going to go off that way. Do I want to... Actually, just in case this winds up being relevant, we're going to hook these beiges down south so that we can keep these 2 greens together more easily. Give me a couple of traffic lights. There are certain situations wherein a traffic light is more helpful and useful than a roundabout. I just moved this green over to here just to give a fourth house of support to this. Although, to be honest, I didn't realize it was a fourth house when I was doing it, so, You're probably just superfluous no matter what we do with you. Hi there, yellow business. What are you doing? No, seriously, bud, what are you doing? Alright, well, this is gonna be a problem. Actually, yeah, this is gonna be a big old problem. Hold on. Well, shit. First, we're gonna bulldoze that tree, and restructure this orange road, such now that these two oranges come over this way, go in that way. Actually, hold on. No, could I? Well, I think I can get this yellow business taken care of in a way that doesn't completely suck. We're gonna run this green up here to open up this road. Having opened up this road, we're gonna take these pinks right here and run them straight shotishly over this way. Bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. All of these other pinks right here will swing down in that manner. Good morning, Peter S. So yeah, we still have 8 pinks coming over this way. This pink here has been left alone, which is unfortunate, but we're gonna have to deal with that. You go over to there, and now we can sneak. Okay, everybody go. So what we've done is we've got 4 yellows going over here to the southern, 5 yellows going over here. Well, that's gonna give us an excuse to swap this yellow. We've got 4 yellows coming over here into this business. We've got 4 yellows snaking their way through here to get over to this business. 3 oranges go up here, 2 oranges go down this way. We've got a couple beiges down here just in case this guy gets any round ideas. Should, in general, be fine. And indeed, Peter S., there are no motorways to be offered on this day, but so far we're doing okay. I don't love or really like at all the structure of this green thing going on here, but like for the moment it works. For the moment it's fine. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna chop these yellows. I'm gonna send this beige off north. By sending that beige off north, we can do this, pair that road, basically make this beige nonsense look a little bit better, and it gives us a third house of support for this beigeness up here. And that's an actually mechanical useful thing. So, oh hi. Well, you appear to have spawned in a perfectly cromulent location. Little buddy beigeness. So, you go off that way. Here's a 4th house for you. Everything appears to be, You know, I was just going to say that everything appears to be going fine, and then, well, schnitz. Alright, we can probably actually make something worthwhile happen here. Hold on. If we dupe these beiges down, yeah, we do this, we can still cut this corner, and, well, And one more time I'm gonna have to say, Well, if I chop this orange off, we can do this. Get a pink road coming from up this way. And you, and you swoop around down here. That kind of works. And the reason I stipulate kind of works is that it leaves this business here having exactly two houses and really no way of getting any more houses. So we don't love it, TBQH, but it might be okay. It might be okay. One never knows. Let's see here. So, business, I think we're generally okay with that. With you spawning right there. Yeah, I think that's a-okay, that thing you just did. You can go ahead and do that. We're not going to complain. Alright. You and you can point down, provide more support going this way. You can loop around there, give a fourth over here. Super. You, pretty please, can... You know what, let's chop all of this garbage and do this for these greens just so that this looks nicer. Matter of fact, if we do this looks nicer, so that's okay. We've got 2 traffic lights, so give me a 4th roundabout, I guess. One of these purples has rounded itself. Gross. Okay. It's generally fine. Like, broadest of strokes, we're gonna say that's okay. You are a beigeness, you can get that, that's okay. I'd like to get a few more beige houses for the beige circle. Let's steal this one. That in turn might overfuck this beigeness, but, we do have some beiges up here that we can run down in that direction. Do we want to just preemptively do that? Kind of feel like we should oughta maybe preemptively do that. Okay. So we're going to run these 3 beige houses down here to join these 3 beige houses in supporting this beigeness. That should be fine. Do I want to still have these 3 do this? They could just very easily be chopped and support their circle friend. Actually, yeah. Yeah, let's just do that. So we're going to chop this, because it'll open up all of this space. It'll let us get more greens involved in this garbage. Everything's going to be fine. You come down here. This beige road will swoop in this manner, and then thusly to get up to here. That'll generally be a-okay. You've got, what is that, 9 houses? Yeah, 9 houses will come into here, take care of that. Okay. Next, returning to the thing we were, actually doing. I notice that this green circle's a little bit mad, but the problem is not dude flow. Well, the problem is not quantity, it might be quality of our voyages here. Because we've got 3 houses here with cars in driveways. So that tells me that any situation happening here is a result of a combination of just poor neighborhood structure and general fuckery, honestly. And general fuckery, high input demand, that sort of thing. Now then, you are a circle, and that's a recent development, and that's why we paused. We paused to deal with the new presence of this circle. Okay. I remember things. Now, let's... I think the simplest thing to do is to just shove a roundabout, like, here. If we just shove a roundabout, like, here, we can have purples from the world over. And by the world over, I mean, actually, listen, you're yellow. And there's a world in which you're helpful, so you may as well come down here. So what we'll do, and this might wind up choking, this might wind up being a choke point, but I think for right now it's going to be okay. So the plan is, we have purples from here and here come into the northern and northeastern spurs of this roundabout. And they, in turn, go through the western or southeastern spurs of the roundabout down to either this square or this circle. And that's generally fine. Now, this has rounded itself off possibly just in the last 20 seconds. I did hear the "hey, a business has gone circular" sound effect, and I didn't see what caused it. But I think it stands to reason that it may have been this. So what I've just done is I've added these 4 beiges. They'll come in here, use a tunnel right there. So now we have 7 houses supporting this beige circle. And you can see, again, the thing with cars coming in from both sides is that does create a bit of an intersection problem, in that there's an intersection there, and that's a problem. But we're just gonna have to deal with it, honestly. It's gonna be fine, probably. And if it's not fine, well, I don't know. Listen, we can't be all deterministic about shit, but maybe it just was never supposed to be fine. Let's take a couple traffic lights and think about how we're going to solve a problem like this pink circle. Well, step 1 is we name the pink circle Maria so that we can make some musical theater references. Done. Step 2 is we ignore the problem for the moment because we can toss a few more beiges at this newly rounded beige circle. Cool. You just spawned in a beautiful place. You're the new number 1 beige guy for this circle down here. Enjoy. You can go on that green road. You are a pink without much of a home. You're a yellow circle who's starting to get mad about stuff. Hold on. We can do something about that with a minimum of difficulty. We'll restructure this, get a few more yellows coming up over to here. This yellow business just got mad. Good thing I already solved that problem. Okay, so my purples are kafucked. Interesting. All right, I think we might need to reconsider some priorities. I don't have room at the top of the map for a roundabout here. What I want to do is peel like 4 of these purples off of this and send them through a tunnel just to get away from this garbage down to here. The problem is the house placement really doesn't allow for that. Because we'd have to... Well... No, in order to do that, I'd have to take these beiges, slip them through here, put a roundabout here, and that would slow down the flow going in here. And this green circle is already borked. So I don't think that's what I want to do. I'm pretty sure I don't want to do that. We could have... Now, I can't sneak a roundabout up in there. You may as well come down here just in case this rounds itself off. And you may as well go off that way, provide I believe you're a 10th house of support for this circle. But hey, some circles need 10 houses. It's fine. So, I don't necessarily think we have an immediate... Man, this plaza right here should be named like Convenience Plaza, because when it first spawned, it had a green business right in the middle of a green neighborhood, very easy to deal with. And then it just got a yellow business right on the ass end of a yellow neighborhood. Brilliant. You love to see it. One thing you don't love to see is the continued struggles of this yellow circle, which is dying, or, for that matter, this orange circle, which rounded itself at some point and I didn't notice and now it's mad. I can't imagine why you're mad. You're just a circle that had 2 houses servicing you. Does that make circles mad? Apparently, that makes circles mad. Good to know. Lesson learned. What do we do now about this? It's a good question. Well thought, well put. To which I don't believe I have a solution. Can I get a roundabout here? Because I think the idea I have hinges on getting a roundabout here. And I can't get a roundabout here, so bad. I could get a roundabout here. That would overfuck everything. And again, I'll say, Well, you know, I did just put another orange house on this road. Maybe just by being such a short road, you'll be okay. I kind of don't... Oh, hi! Oh, you're a lovely orange spawn. I'm so happy you happened. Okay. Also, this orange got mad? Okay, so it's just orange rush hour. Got it. I'm less upset about the oranges being dumb then. Because apparently they're just being dumb. Also, these pinks are inefficiently distributed, which is unfortunate. Okay. This pink business should be fine. This pink circle is hanging on despite the fact that it only has 2 houses going to it, which seems, I don't know, like a problem. Seems like we should maybe have more houses than that, if I'm being honest with myself, but you know, it'll be okay. This purple mess appears to have slightly calmed down, and by slightly I mean nothing's actively on fire at the moment, so that's good. Hey, you remember when I was saying nice good things about this pink circle? Yeah, turns out nope. Okay. I mean, that's reasonable. Listen, you're a circle and you have 2 houses supporting you. I get why you're mad. You should point that away. That'll be okay. Get more green coming into here. I could toss... You know what I could do? Could put a roundabout here. If we put a roundabout there, and we chop the northern road going to this pink circle, that in turn will allow us to zoop that. And now this circle has 4 houses of support. And, you know, this square is a square, and we can kind of afford to be mean to squares a little bit. Listen, it's the guiding philosophy of the high school bully. You can be mean to squares a little bit, right? Okay, the guiding philosophy of the high school bully is the title of the episode. But also, I think we can afford to be mean to squares. Just, you know, a little bit. Everybody go. Orange business, are you gonna die? I'd like it if you didn't. You know, you've got so much to contribute to my score for, and that's really what matters. Okay. We're gonna pretend that you're gonna be fine. I honestly think you are gonna be fine. I'm not convinced that this orange circle is gonna be fine, but this orange square should be fine. Hey, you remember 25 seconds ago when I said that this purple circle had rebounded and was actually doing okay now? Turns out, nope. Hi there, helpful green guy. You're gonna spawn and support this circle. Yeah, this purple situation is still bad. Alright, I have an idea. Here's my idea. Are you ready for my idea? I like my idea. We're going to take all of this. We're going to chop the western spur. We've got our East End boys and our western spurs. Western spurs. And we're going to chop that off of here. We're going to put a perfectly cromulent traffic light. Well, first we're going to draw a road. We're going to draw a road right here. Then we're going to do a perfectly cromulent traffic light right here. We're going to draw a better road than the road we just drew. You're going to come this way and go down there. Okay. So we have these 3 purples. They spawn on this road, but they're moving opposite the beiges. They come onto the road, they go through this traffic light, they go down into this, and everything's fine. Everything's fine? Can everything be fine? We're going to assume that everything's fine. Alright, you want an example of the game just being mean sometime? This is a square, right? This is a tiny little square. Okay, so the purple died. The purple died while I was going to rant about squares. So, okay, fine. 3,568 commuters over 98 days. Feels okay. Doesn't feel great, honestly. Oh, it's top 1% in the world. Oh, it's literally number 4. Of the hundreds or perhaps thousands of people who have done today's daily challenge, it is number 4. And it's damn near double what Samurai Sam put up. Okay, fine. I was going to dunk on myself, but apparently we should be kinder to we should be kind every once in a while. It turns out I'm okay at this. Who'd have thunk? Here. Oh, Lord. Let us bring in our very good friend, the Wordle. Hello, the Wordle. It could, perhaps, be Shank. It's not, but, I mean, I'll take that. Listen, if we're gonna get no greens in the first word, I'll take 4 yellows. 4 yellows is okay. Now, the real question is, the fuck is this word? Given that it can't be hands. Like, you'd think given this yellow position, hands would be an obvious one. It's not hands on account of the way Wordle works. So, what is it? It could be, no, it can't be Nash, right? It can't be that, because we know that the A is not the third letter. It could be, well, it can't be hasten, because that's a 6-letter word. It can't be hasty, because that does not contain an N. Can't be nasty, because that does not contain an H. I don't think that is a word. Yeah, no. And again, I'll say, Man, you'd think with 4 yellows, the next one would be easy. And yet. I'm tempted just to put hands just to reposition all of the letters, but yeah, okay. This is not going to be right, but that didn't. I'm just going to take a sip of my Coke Zero and be mad for a moment. Okay. All right. Well, we did learn something. Amazingly. So, I'm very ashen. You know what, Sonny? You're probably right. It could totally be ashen. Oh. Okay. All right. That's good. Thank you, Sunflare Space. You got it. Yay, Sonny. Oh, boy. All right. Let us guess where and when we are in time. Hi there, folks. So, you are... Well, we got us a map of Denmark. And we also got us a map of Norway and Latvia? I don't know what that's a map of. You are probably... Good morning, Samurai Sam. So this guy here is lecturing kids on triangle math. Got it. We're probably in Denmark. I don't know. Okay, so this is the map of Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. I'll take your word for that. Or perhaps it's like Norway, sovereign of Denmark. But no, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so we got 2 things in Norway. I would guess then that we're in Norway. Seems reasonable. What language is this? Probably Norwegian, if we're being honest with ourselves. Like, let's take some context clues here, Goog. So this is probably Norwegian. I wonder if we could maybe Now, even if there was a copyright date on this map, we probably wouldn't be able to tell it. So, yeah. Alright, all signs point to Norway. But as to the when of it, we generally have to gather from context and classrooms and black and white photography of it all. Yeah, okay, so we're somewhere in a classroom in Norway in 1912? 1912? 1919? Could be 1919. Yeah, okay. We're in Oslo, Norway in 1919. It's entirely possible. It's conceivable to me. Here. We are in Oslo, Norway in 1919. Could also be like 1930. 1919 might be a little bit oldie schooly. 1927. I suddenly felt bad about 1919. It was 1917. God damn it! Also, it was in Bergen, not Oslo. It was pretty much as far away from Oslo as it could. Well, we could have been in Trondheim, I guess. Son of a... Next round. All right. So you folks here in Belgium... No. Wait. The Netherlands. The Netherlands. Okay. You're at a Greenpeace event in the Netherlands. You know how I know this is the Netherlands? Some people, many people, people from the Netherlands, people who know flags, that sort of thing. People who know flags, generally, would look at this and be like, ah, yes, the flag of the Netherlands. Apparently it's Luxembourg, but, well, fine, I won't tell why I knew this is a Dutch flag, because it's not a Dutch flag. Nicolas Cage is involved. It's a trap. Alright. So this teacher is skipping a lesson to protest with Greenpeace about stuff. Listen, Greenpeace has had a great many causes to be mad at things. We've generally been bad about stuff. We need you to be more specific as to this is a bus station. Okay. This says we must not simply give up. We must instead give. I mean, I suppose that's true. Okay, kid, your sign sucks. It's so tiny. Your stick has a little sailor hat on it that says our future 6, which doesn't even make sense. All right. How modern is your phone, friend? Fairly, but not excessively. It could be excessively modern. We'll see. So we're all doing a... Oh, sorry, I can't today. I'm doing a sit-in. Or perhaps a kneel and scowl in. So she's doing a kneel and scowl in. Greta Thunberg, that was... Well, she was most relevant like a few years ago. Okay. Yeah, okay. Seems reasonable. So we're... Oh, hey! Just in case you don't want to bother identifying flags. Thank you, sightseeing bus. We're a big fan of the ticket booth for the sightseeing bus. Alright. So, we're somewhere in Luxembourg in 2018. Yeah, okay. We're somewhere in Luxembourg in 2018. Now, the real question. The fuck is Luxembourg? I feel like it borders Switzerland. I could be wrong about that. Okay, so we're very confident that it's in this circle. And yes, I did just circle most of Europe. Let's get a little bit closer. Luxembourg is I still think it borders Switzerland. So let's get closer to Switzerland here. There's Austria and Czechia and Switzerland and France and Italy and okay, so you border a country that borders Switzerland. That's basically bordering Switzerland. I mean, come on, it's Europe. It's Europe. Listen, Europe is one of those civilized places where international borders are just like a friendly suggestion most of the time. So, listen, it's fine. We're in Luxembourg. It's okay. Luxembourg is like a neighborhood of Germany, really, if you think about it. God, I'm offending so many European people today. All right. So we're, let's say we're at a park. Makes sense to have a protest at a park because it's nice and peaceful and natural and good gathering space. So we're here in a park in Luxembourg in I think we settled on 18. Seems reasonable. It's 2019. Good job. Good job. And we were like 300 meters away. Well done. Next. Hi there. So you are doing just a truly dog shit caricature, it must be said. Like, good work on your style or whatnot, but I wanted one with a goofy head and a surfboard. It's not a goofy head and a surfboard. All right. So the architecture here kind of makes me think Russia. Like, my first thought was we're in Russia, but I have absolutely nothing to back that up. Also, there's an Italian flag here, so I should probably be willing to get away from my we're in Russia idea. It seems like that might be the incorrect assumption, given the presence of the Italian flag and the only vaguely sort of a little bit makes me think we're in Russia of the architecture. So, are you wearing... Oh my god, this dude is wearing a literal beret. Look at this man. Hold on. All right. So, listen, I know he's not the one doing the painting, but it must be said that this man is wearing a beret and has a pencil-thin mustache while painting street art. This man is one of the more ridiculous people we've ever seen. All right, Timeguessr is fun just for dunking on people who probably died 40 years ago. Well, that's sad. But hey, maybe this picture was taken 40 years ago and the artist went on to create the international software sensation known as Timeguessr. I don't think that's true. I'm going to suggest that that's probably not true. All right. While we're here dunking on people in this old photo that's probably of Italy, what exactly is going on with... Like, these are both bold choices, and honestly, I kind of support both of these bold choices. I don't necessarily love both of those bold choices. It's like he was getting ready to go out, and he was like, "Mamma mia, I don't know," because we're in Italy, we have to do the offensive accent here. I don't know if I should wear my ridiculous blue shirt or my ridiculous green pants. And she said, "Porque no los dos," except in Italian, which is... Nope, don't have it. I think Italian for porque no los dos is a ham and cheese sandwich, actually. God, where the hell are we? Probably in, I don't know, Venice? Yeah, maybe. Could just be Rome. It could just be Rome. It's probably 1974, 77. Here, we're in Rome in 1977, and I'll stop insulting the old people now. All right, are we in a nice Campo Marzio in Rome in 1977, perhaps? We were in Venice, goddammit, in 1974. Okay, all right, that tracks. Sam thinks it's Perche Nani Dui, but you're likely wrong. Also, it's the worst Italian speaking that's ever been spoken on the internet, so good job, Goog. All right, we got us a intersection place. Oh, you're supposed to look left if you're going that way, and look right if you're going, the other way. Okay, because cars are coming from the... I see. Good job, street walk crossing painter people. We have ourselves a double-decker bus here, which is the most British giveaway you're ever going to have. This is for Champions Best on KB Radio. Okay. So, in all likelihood, we're looking at Jolly London Town. As to exactly where, that just says cross here. Damn it. Thought that was like a street sign. We could find us a avenue, but no. All right. You are the best, or perhaps you're just a test. Well, you're the best if we put you to the test. Man, that would be very small text to fit in that right there, but okay. All right, so double-decker bus says we're in jolly London town. Old timeliness of the photo says it's 19, 20, 30. I look at this man's hat and I switch from 20 to 30, 36? Sure. Jolly London town in 1936. Let's say we're here. And it's 1936. Seems entirely reasonable. It's Trafalgar Square. It's 1935. Good job. Well done. Last round. Hi there. Dude who at first glance I thought was Bernie Sanders, but it turns out you're not. I'm going to go with you're not actually Bernie Sanders. You kind of look like Tommy Lee Jones, but are also not Tommy Lee Jones. So... interesting. All right. Let's see here. So this sign is in Hebrew. So maybe we're in Israel. At the same time, this is a Dodge and Chrysler dealership. And listen, they probably sell Dodges and or Chryslers in Israel. That's conceivable to me. That, I think, is the General Motors logo, which would indicate that there are multiple car dealerships here. But, yeah, I can't tell what these signs say. They could just be various car dealership logos, actually. Actually, yeah, because this is reversed, too. Because this right here, I wish I could theoretically draw, but we're not going to. But this is the G, and this is the M in General Motors, so this whole thing is just GM. These are all GM logos. Like, this is Oldsmobile. I think this is Cadillac. Like, you can see the C in Cadillac right about here. So, okay, so this is just a car dealership. Got it. All right. So, hold on. So we've got signs in Hebrew, car dealerships, and military dudes with blueprints? Doesn't necessarily make sense. So, it's starting to look like one of those times where some folks from Israel looked at a piece of land and said, "Mine!" It's never happened before, has it? We don't notice that being a regular thing in history. Hi there, do you have the... No, I thought you might have a... Okay. Well, I don't know, man. Somewhere in Israel in 1967? Seems conceivable, but I think 67 might be a little bit too early for this. Maybe it's more like 73? Could see 73, could see 79. Maybe 76. Yeah, I don't think it's the 80s. But I would guess, 74? Yeah, okay. That sounds like an idea. Let's go down here. Let's say we're, right on about here-ish. We'll just toss it in Jerusalem. That'll probably be fine. We'll just toss it in Jerusalem. That'll probably be fine, is what a great many people have said in a great many situations. And if I was to pick one of them, I would get in trouble. But there's a funny there. Make your own punchline. It's 1981. God damn it. Also, I'm sorry, these people are demonstrating for better pension payments? Really? Is that what's happening? Okay. And it was 1981, so we got 8,000. Okay, 43,318 feels like a damn fine score, if I do say so myself. Look at that, we have 5 dots and only like 2 of them have any measurable distance from them. Well done, Goog. Good job. All right. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Dodgers, Guardians, Giants, dudes what played in the Negro Leagues, dudes what played center field, and dudes what was born outside them 50 United States. All right. A Cleveland Guardian who played center field is Valley Lois Crisp. Cleveland Guardian who played in the Negro Leagues is Larry Doby, in all likelihood. And a dude who played for the Guardians and the Giants is a wonderful question, actually. We'll get there. A Dodger who played center field is Marcus Lynn Betts. Imagine trading Mookie Betts. Dodger who played in the Negro Leagues is, well, I mean, listen, Jackie Robinson's kind of a layup here. So, yeah. We'll go with that one. Dude who was born outside the 50 United States and the District of Columbia, who played for the San Francisco Giants, is Orlando Cepeda. Sounds right. Orlando Cepeda. Dude born outside the 50 United States and DC, who played in the Negro Leagues, is a good fucking question. Well, shit. A dude born outside the 50 United States and the District of Columbia who played center field is, I mean, let's just pick a... Trying to think of a funny one. Can't think of a funny one. Ronald Acuna ever play center field? I think Ronald Acuna might have played center field like one time. It's conceivable to me that Ronald Acuna has played center field. Ronald Acuna. He's played center field. Oh boy. All right. San Francisco Giant, who also played for the Los Angeles Dodgers, is Brian Wilson. And San Francisco Giant, who played for the Cleveland Guardians, is Dennis Martinez? I'm not certain he was a Giant. Bartolo Colon. I'm not certain he was a Giant. I think he... No, I don't think he was. He played for the A's, but I don't think he was a Giant. Well, crap. I know there were Cuban players who played in the Negro Leagues, and listen, there were probably South Americans of some stripe, but I don't fucking know any. I might have heard of one of them. Great. It's gonna go real well for me. Sam, why don't you think of some helpful, totally don't give it away, but might help me out hints for that bottom middle guy, while I try to think of some Guardy Giants. Some Giantons or something. Let's see here. Well, Jim Thome was a Guardian, but not a Giant. Manny Ramirez was a Guardian, but not a Giant. Omar Vizquel is the answer, actually. Yeah, Omar Vizquel fits the square. All right. The pilot has turned off the no dick bag sign. Omar Vizquel fits the square. Let's see here. So a dude who played... You ever hear of the guy who came back twice for cameo appearances with the White Sox and was the only guy to play in so and so many decades or something? I mean... Okay, so my first thought is Julio Franco, because he played for the White Sox and played in many decades, but there are other reasons that it can't be Julio Franco. I'm gonna suggest it's not Julio Franco. Dude who came back twice for cameo. I remember, like, Satchel Paige pitched forever, but not with the White Sox. It's not like Louis Tiant. I think I'm just thinking of Louis Tiant because they talked about him on the Mets broadcast last night. By the way, the Mets are good and it's fun, except, the Mets are... It's weird. The Mets have a very good record and don't feel like a good team. Like, the starting pitching is good. The bullpen has been incredible. Pete Alonso has started off the season white hot. And, everyone else sucks. It's weird. Lindor's been slumping because he always slumps at the start of the year. Juan Soto hasn't been hitting. Fucking nobody. Yeah, Juan Soto's on the Mets, and the Mets don't feel good. It's weird. Mostly because Juan Soto's been kind of bad, actually. He's been fine. He's been okay. He homered last night, so maybe he's getting better. But, aside from Pete Alonso and Luis Torrens randomly, the Mets just don't feel good. So it's very weird that you look at the standings and it's oh, right, the Mets are, really good right now. Also, the Mets bullpen is fucking incredible. Oh, my God. Anyway. So a dude who played in the Negro Leagues and was born outside the 50 United States and the District of Columbia. It's gonna turn out that Willie Mays was born in Canada. Can we just all agree? So a guy for the bottom middle has the same name as an old Disney character, which suggests to me that Steamboat Willie Calhoun played in the Negro Leagues, actually. Maybe Josh Gibson. Was Josh Gibson from Cuba? Probably not. We don't want to get all stereotypical about shit, but a female Disney character. Okay. Well, there was Goldilocks Brown. We could just, everyone remembers that old-timey outfielder Goldilocks Brown, right? Wait, Goldilocks isn't really a Disney character. Okay. Well, Beauty and the Beast Jones over here is... Yeah, no, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. So, we'll say... Pumpsy Green. Pumpsy Green was not a dude who played in the Negro Leagues and was born outside the 50 U.S. states. Okay, fine. Minnie Minoso, god damn it. It's an actual person I've actually heard of, and I feel bad about not actually getting. Son of a bitch. Also, is that an Enye? Hold on. Is your name Minnie Minoso? T-I-F-L. Okay. Fine. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Motorways. Hold on. On Good Morning Mini Motorways. And hey, change in plans. We're back to the basic plan. It turns out that my afternoon job today canceled, so we can do Spider-Man tonight, which is great because also I remembered that I can't stream Friday night, so it works out really well. So we'll be back later tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, and by 7 o'clock I mean 5 o'clock Eastern-ish, 5 p.m. tonight for Marvel's Spider-Man. We shall return later this evening and tomorrow morning for another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. And I'm going to say Carlos Beltran, just because that's how I understand his name is pronounced. And if it's actually Beltran, then, well, we'll go to the grid or something. I don't know. I've never seen Tron.